on the street, in the water, or at the track. If you drive it, we can fuel it.
A collection of sound, excitement, and color here. As you can see, the photographers lining up along the return road to get their photos of this great group of rumbling, elephant-powered Hemi machines.
1968, the folks at Chrysler decided that they needed to build the ultimate stock and super stock machine from their factory. They teamed up with Hearst, and what they built was a run of 50 Barracudas and Darts. A total of 50 cars were built with 426 Hemis. They were not street legal, they were not street driven, and they were only designed to go out and destroy Fords and Chevrolets on the drag strip.
Big old wheel stand for Dan's Rust. I mean, it's no demon on the bumper at Englishtown, but we'll take it. As he gets down to the top end of the racetrack, Dan's Rust can't hold on as Stevie Bear, 881.8 at 135, beats a 904 at 144. Dan says Rick Johnson must have seen a rabbit run across the racetrack or something, and he went and chased it because he left before the tree was activated. And Doug Fazelair, the scoreboard already lit, goes 863 with a 6 at 153 miles per hour. Steve Cavella and Russ Campbell coming out. Campbell, the Missouri Fuel 1968 Barracuda. Steve Cavella in his flat black 68 Barracuda. He said, and he is going to run flat away from Russ Campbell at the top end, 853.6 at 155.88 miles an hour, as Russ Campbell 866.1 at 156 on the top end. Jimmy Daniels, the #1 qualifier, 23 years old from Yardley, Pennsylvania, has never lost a round of competition in the Dodge Hemi Challenge. He won't lose this one. He qualified with an 847 in air that was perhaps a little more dry than this, but it was just about the same, as Daniels thunders down 849.4 at 155. Steve Kent and Bucky Hess come up. You've had some beautiful cars over the course of your career, but the Psycho Hemi is in a class all its own.
Bucky's cars are just unbelievable. His son paints them, and Bucky's just a super nice guy. He was telling me this morning about him buying parts for me back in 1978 when I had my business back then. They're just great people.
And Steve Kent, another of the men from the Bayou, Belrose, Louisiana, the 1968 Barracuda. He does it your way with the clutch pedal.
Well, that's where you're supposed to do it. Of course, they cheat now. They got the clutchless transmission. We used to have to push the pedal down and shift it.
Both men taking a minute to stage. I like it. They stage in unison. Whoa, Kent's car out of the groove, moving toward the center line, and Bucky Hess's car was glued to the drag strip, but does he have enough horsepower to hold off Ken? He does. 855.1 at 156. Steve Ken, 864.7 at 155. Matt Welker and Jim Pancake leaving the starting line. And Jim Pancake just dope slapped Matt Welker in the starting line. An 0.19 reaction time for Pancake, as Matt Welker was 102 on the tree and will lose this one as Pancake handily outpowers him. Tony DePillo goes red against Gary Wolkowitz in round 1 of the Dodge Hemi Challenge. An 0.43 red light start. Gary Wolkowitz will power to the finish line going 857.3. So there's a couple of cars wanted up in that 857 time zone. Solo pass here as Rich Walker was supposed to race Skip Leffler. Leffler's dart broke, and Rich Walker has a fly run. Competition single, I should say, in the first round. 866 at 153. Ontario, Canada was supposed to race Joe Palio out of New Orleans, but Palio's dart broke during qualifying. Solo shot. Ooh!
That was neutral.
Yeah, that was neutral, and that was all the RPM.
Yes, Hemi valves don't like that. They kiss each other when they do that.
Man alive, yeah, that thing just went to the moon. I don't know, it didn't seem like he pitched a drive shaft or broke a U-joint or something. Maybe the transmission had a failure or something.
One car that we got the other day.
In terms of poor planning, the House family wins the Wally this weekend. Why? Because in the first round, father has to race son. That is not the way you're supposed to set it up, boys. The racers from just outside, or they're from New Brunswick, Canada, they go in. Mark Howes goes in first. He was the slower of the two cars, so the kid is going to try to get a jump on his dad. A special moment for the Howes family as they're giving Bo Marsley the starting line of Mark Howes. I think the entire difference in the starting line of that will be his downfall as Wendell Howes goes to the finish line. Ooh, a low ET of the round. 856.7 at 155 miles per hour. If you're going to thump up your kid, you might as well do it in that type of fashion.
Absolutely. Now, you wonder who Mom was pulling for, because if Mom ain't happy, ain't nobody happy. So you wonder who she's pulling for.
She's probably pulled the Mama K move. She stayed in the middle of the track, and you're non-competitive.
Oh, yeah, you're non-competitive. That's right.
Dodge Hemi Challenge time, and it's going to be Jimmy Daniels from Yardley, Pennsylvania, 23 years old on the race helmet side of the racetrack, and Doug Faslor from Loomis, Louisiana, the 1968 dart called Earthquake. This kid, you know, we don't see him that often, but we see him every year in Indy, and no one seems to be able to shake him.
The boy is good. He really is. He's very consistent. He leaves on time. He's a good driver. Got a really good car. Got a Ray Martin motor in it. He's got the best of all the worlds there.
Martin will be second at pre-stage. Faslor's car ran well during that last qualifying session, or during that first round of eliminations, I should say. He may have the horsepower to hang with Jimmy Daniels if he can leave on time. Jimmy Daniels was dead late. Could this be the end of his run of success here at the Dodge Hemi Challenge? Closing at the top end of the racetrack, Daniels pulls it out by 46 thousandths of a second. 851 beats an 862. Taking the 1968 Dart, Camella, and the 1968 Barracuda in flat black. Jim Pancake, 68 years old, and this is a guy that, you know, to me, one of the guys that's helped in the modern kind of war of these cars to keep them alive. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, Jim's run forever. I mean, he's a super nice guy. He's always got good equipment. He always runs good. He's always here. You can count on him. He's going to be here.
And Steve Camella, winner of a points race in this car a couple of weeks ago, meaning one of our Lucas Oil Drag Racing Series events.
That really impressed me that you took that car to an NHRA points meet, fought all those super stock guys that won with us.
There are a lot of train killers out there when it comes to that style of racing, which we're going to be watching super stock eliminations on Sunday here at the U.S. Nationals. But right now, it is just trying to drop the hammer first and hold it down harder and faster than the other guy. Jim Pancake left the 200s advantage on the starting line, and Steve Camella chewed it up like the Cookie Monster by the time they got to 60 feet, and then Jim Pancake, wow! Jim Pancake, 864 beats an 862. The margin of victory, 2 1,000ths of a second. 24 10,000ths of the stripe. Man. Locker and Gary Wolkowitz coming up now. Wolkowitz from White House Station, New Jersey. The 1968 Dart in red, and Rich Locker from North Royalton, Ohio. Systematic Machine, the sponsor for Rich Locker out of Ohio. He's now staged. A red light start for Gary Wolkowitz. That's a tough deal. That is a tough deal. Especially, you know, in theory, you got him covered by a little bit of performance, but you know how it goes.
Oh yes, I've been there.
Wendell Howes and Stephen E. Mayer go to the finish line stripe. The margin 25,000 for Wendell Howes. He is going to the semifinal round as Howes 854, 8 at 155 miles per hour. Stephen E. Mayer 858, 5 at 155. Howes 048 in the trade. Steve was on it with an 036. Bucky Hess was supposed to be racing Gus Mantis, and if you did not see the first round of eliminations, Gus Mantis' car moved about 50 feet and then absolutely ran into the rev limiter when something in the driveline failed. He's unable to make the call, so Bucky Hess will have a solo. Let's listen to the 426 Hemi of Bucky Hess' work. Bucky Hess, 856, 7 at 155 miles an hour, low ET of the round.
You got about 3 of them that are really, really close together. That's going to get really interesting here in just a little while.
It will be a 5-round race because of the number of cars we had, so we will continue on throughout the day here with our Dodge Hemi Challenge on Friday here at the Chevrolet Performance U.S. Nationals. Jimmy Daniels is in the water box. Wendell Howes is going to be greeting him here momentarily when he pulls ahead. And, you know, the perfect question to ask at this point, what else could possibly happen today, right?
I don't know. I hope nothing. I hope these are all good runs here. Because these cars are putting a really good show on today. They're all close. The races are good. Nothing crazy has happened. That one car broke the transmission. That's been it.
That really has been it. That was Gus Mantis earlier today. So Jimmy Daniels, 23 years old, here in Pennsylvania. The Radar Race Engines house car, if you will.
Well, like you said, Jimmy has not lost around here.
Ever.
This will be the 3rd year.
Yeah. And Wendell Howes from New Brunswick, Canada, had to race his own son, Mark, last round, and he dispatched his own son. Pretty decent race. Mark Mark went red, took a flyer on the Christmas tree and got out early. This is the final 5 cars here
in the Dodge Hemi Challenge. We started with 19 entrants, so it's a 5-round contest. We're setting up a semifinal here as both cars sitting in pre-stage. Neither man wants to stage first. The two Hemi engines idling up here. Oh boy, in goes Wendell Howes, and here comes Jimmy Daniels. Nibbling his way in. And off they go, both cars walking around a little bit. Howes' car moving to the left-hand side of the lane. He is going to lift, and Jimmy Daniels continues his undefeated streak of competition in the Hemi Challenge. 865.6 and 155.26 miles an hour as Wendell Howes coasts to a 14.509 at 65.24. This will be a solo run as Jim Pancake from Cardington, Ohio will be coming up on that race going inside of the drag strip.
Jim made a real good run a while ago. He was fast a while ago. He was one of the quicker cars. So we'll see if he can do it again.
So Jim Pancake, one of the elder statesmen here. So we have put 2 darts through. We're going to put 1 Barracuda through. Pre-stage, and again, Pancake is being very deliberate. Shallow stage of the race car, giving him a lot of racetrack to use to get him the biggest head of steam that he can. Pancake at 0.34 reaction time, 1:23.60 foot time, and Jim Pancake 8:95.3, 1:23. I'm thinking that was a planned early shutoff.
Yeah, he shut down because he way down a mile an hour.
And the final pair here is going to be Rich Locker and Bucky Hess. Which one of these cars will make their way to the final 3? Heads out of Bunker Hill, West Virginia. Rich Locker from North Royalton, Ohio, in and gone as the tree comes down. An 0.40 reaction time for Rich Locker and a tardy 160 for Bucky Hess, but Bucky Hess appears to have that Jason line engine tuned up correctly. No, not enough. 866 beats an 856. That is a whole shot by a mile. 152 mile an hour speed, and Rich Locker ran for his life. Stage, and now he's in. It will be Jimmy Daniels going in second. The wheels are up. Jim Pancake, an 0.17 reaction time on the kid. But it's Jimmy Daniels for the 3rd time in 3 straight years and by 27 10,000ths of a second. Yardley, Pennsylvania's Jimmy Daniels goes to the final round. 8:49 beats an 8:56. Rich Locker is just going to idle the car down the racetrack. Dart and a Barracuda in the final.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
He is out there now.
So it would be his 15th straight competition round win. He's able to pull it off because this isn't a low-run field. It isn't just a 4-round eliminator. You got to wade your way through it.
Like I said, that's very impressive. It's the U.S. National, especially. I mean, very so. I don't know if anybody's ever done that. Maybe.
Pennsylvania and Ohio. We can talk about their connection to Mopar drag racing history. In Pennsylvania, you had guys like Bud Fauble on the Hemi honker cars back in the day. Yeah, in the Ohio area, of course, you had guys like Arlen Vanke, who I believe was in the other lane when you won the U.S. Nationals.
Yes, he was. Arlen and I were good friends.
About half a car length behind you at the right time, though.
Got offended.
All right, so Rich Locker is pre-stage. Jimmy Daniels is pre-stage. Can this kid go 3 for 3 and maintain an undefeated streak? Look at the crowd of people gathered behind the 1968 Dart on the Chevrolet side of the drag strip. Here we go. It's the final of the Dodge Hemi Challenge. They're off. Reaction time advantage goes to Jimmy Daniels, but he spun the tires. Rich Locker is praying that Dart does not show up at the top end, but it did on time. Undefeated streak remains intact. Jimmy Daniels, 857.6 at 156 miles per hour. Rich Locker did his best, 862.9 at 153. A squeaker at the finish line, 66 thousandths of a second.
Yeah, he was about a 10th off his run a while ago because they ran the best run he ran all weekend on the last round.
So there you have it, folks. Jimmy Daniels, the winner of the 2019 Dodge Hemi Challenge.
I'll tell you what, we really have a good team here. It just, everything gels together. We got a routine, we go back, and you know, there's just so many people that go into this whole deal. It's incredible. My father, my mother, I mean, if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be here. And my grandfather's with us, Ray and David Barton. I mean, I can't say enough about them guys. They've given us a car the last 4 years, not only for this race, but for the Dutch Classic. It's outstanding. I mean, they provide you with top quality horsepower, and you know, they can make a car get down the track too. And Mickey Thompson, VP Racing Fuel, and but this win is pretty special to us. This one's special compared to all of the 4 we've won. We lost my grandmother back in January, and this one's for her.
So this was a tough final round. Did you see him all the way down there?
Yeah, when I let the trans brake button go and it spun, I thought I was in trouble, but it hooked back up, and I ended up driving around him down there, I guess about 8th mile or 1,000 foot, somewhere down around there.
There was a couple of those races. You don't give out head starts in this deal, but you ran them down, didn't you?
Yeah, I wasn't good on the tree all day. You know, I was a little laxed, and Ray and David covered me on the other end. They allowed me to drive around them.
But when you got the horsepower at your pedal there, you can afford that, right?
Yeah, a little bit, but not sometimes. You can make it a little close. The semis was very close.
If you had to just reach down in your deepest emotions, what does this victory mean to you?
This is everything. I mean, we work all year for this. Ray and David do. I mean, they had the motor apart from last year and just freshened it up for us and made sure it was perfect. And you know, it means a lot for us. This is an awesome race. You know, thanks to Dodge, it's awesome they're still supporting these cars, and Nhra for allowing them to have it here. It's a cool deal.
Hey Herb, what do you think about a young man that's won 19 rounds in a row?
As far as I know, he's the only person that's ever done that at the U.S. Nationals. I don't know of anybody that ever has. He's just done an impressive job with the car. Ray Barton's done a great job with the motor. The car's prepared well, and Jimmy does a good job driving the car.